Hello there and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I'm Jimmie and today I'll be looking at Star Trek Ascendancy from Gale Force 9. But first, I think I'm going to need a cup of tea because this thing is huge. Let's go have a look. Star Trek Ascendancy from Gale Force 9 is designed by Sean Swigert and Aaron Dill. Immersing you completely in the Trek universe, it borrows liberally from the original series, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and The Next Generation. Action, adventure, and exploration await in this sprawling build-as-you-go 4X game. I have and have not been a Star Trek fan my entire life. What I mean by this is that my earliest sci-fi TV show memory, I think, was the original Star Trek series, but I wasn't fanatical. That kind of came later with Star Wars. Star Trek for me was a very strange beast, wrapping all of the sci-fi tropes that I loved around really heavy topics that, considering my age at the time, I really didn't care about. All I wanted was spaceships, aliens, and pew pew pew! I have spent my entire life watching the original series, falling in and out of love with it. And while I may not have paid full attention to the other Trek series, the few that I did see I actually really enjoyed. Except for Enterprise. It's just occurred to me I've never seen a single episode of Enterprise. Anyway, when GF9 announced they were doing a Star Trek board game, I wasn't as excited for the theme as I was the idea that maybe they'd taken the few minor problems with the fantastic Firefly board game, tweaked them a little bit, and were about to drop something truly, truly monumental on us. And oh, how magnificent it is. Look at all this stuff. And this isn't even everything that came in the box. My table's just not big enough. You and two of your friends roam the galactic byways, seeking out new life, new civilizations, and, you know. All the while you're amassing new tech, upgrading your ships, and generally just taking over any new planet you happen to find. Here's how it works. Each turn you're going to start with 5 of these command tokens. And the commands available to you are, move ships, initiate a battle, invade a planet, unless you're Starfleet, attempt cultural hegemony, commission a fleet of starship, or launch new advancement projects, or activate any special rules. You move your ships around the galaxy, playing these space lanes and planet systems as you go, watching the universe expand and grow around you like ice crystals as the game goes on. What you do is you take the space lanes die and you roll it, in this case a 4. You choose a space lane of the appropriate length. I don't know if you can see that's marked off in squares. Each of those squares is a sector, and so are the planet systems. And you simply place it at the planet. Each planet has a number at the bottom denoting how many space lanes can be attached to it at any one time. As you move around the board, and you start out with a movement of 2, so 1, 2, for instance, you visit each planet trying to take them over or attempt to communicate with the locals, as it were, and you move across these spaceways. If you move across the end of a spaceway, an open end, you can then draw a new system token, and you place it at the end of that spaceway. The currency in the game is threefold. You have your production, your research, and your culture, all of these corresponding to these colored plastic pieces. What happens is, as you explore new systems, you have the opportunity to build one of these control nodes. And you place the control node on the planet. Eventually, you'll be able to take the resources available, denoted by these colored rings around the planet, in this case, 2 research and 1 culture, and you just plug those into the control node. Each turn, each resource node provides those resources for you that you can then track with the tokens by keeping them on your dashboard. And now I get my pew pew pew. As you're moving, if you find yourself in an adjacent sector to your friend's ship or in the same sector, you can exhaust one of your command tokens to initiate a battle. Here's how it works. You take note of your attack number here and their shield number here. You add the shield number to your to hit roll, and that's the number you need to roll equal to or higher to score a hit. You roll an amount of dice equal to the amount of ships you have in the battle. Each hit destroys one of the ships. Simple, right? That's it. That's combat. Over the course of the game, you're going to want to commission star bases at any system you control. Each of these increases your action pool by 1 and allows you to build starships or commission fleets. But you're only limited to 3, so choose wisely where you build them because your friends can wrest control away from you. When you build a fleet, you scoop up all the available ships and replace it with one of these fleet markers. Functionally the same as the group of ships, they might now have a special ability thanks to their fleet card, and each of these cards are double-sided, and you're allowed up to 3 of those as well. You can also exhaust a command to begin new advancement projects, and you're allowed to have as many in play as you have research nodes in control. You start by drawing 2 cards from your advancement deck and placing them in your project's area. Each turn you can move resource tokens onto the cards. When the amount of resource tokens matches this number here, you can move it into your advancement area where you can take immediate advantage of its effect. Finally, we come to the end of the turn, the recharge stage. In the recharge stage, you'll be collecting resources, performing other bits of maintenance such as refreshing cards and tokens, or checking to see who's won the game. Each of the resource nodes you control provides 1 resource token of its appropriate type that you then collect over at your dashboard. The components for Ascendancy are all top-notch, with the exception of the punchboard pieces. I was being very careful, and wherever there was a corner, some of them still peeled away as I took them out of the sprue. So take extra special care when punching out your copy. The ships all hold a really, really huge amount of detail, considering the type of game, and I like how each control node is themed to its own faction, so it's super easy to tell whose pieces are whose as everything starts to get crammed up in the middle of the board. That's about it, but really that was just a rough sketch of the game. There's just far too many moving parts for me to go to in this video. It's huge. It does an exceptional job of plunging you into the Trek theme. I really felt like I was out exploring the galaxy, coming upon strange new worlds and finding new civilizations, etc., etc. Yeah, and the game is just a ridiculous amount of fun. For that and everything else, this has absolutely earned its spot in my gaming shelf. That's it for me. Hey, if you like the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up down there or subscribe to my channel. And you can get a hold of me online at www.boardgamerblues.com, or just shoot me an email at jimmie@boardgamerblues.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter @boardgamerblues. You can also find us on Facebook @boardgamerblues. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Jimmie, and if I'm not out trying to take over an enemy's territory via hegemony, I'll see you next time on Tatooine Tableflip. Bye!